Hi, Miss Marino. My name's Amy. I'm a dietetic intern. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. So, yeah,
Did you find everything okay?
I did. You got a beautiful hospital that you work in today. Yep.
Thank you, thank you. We try to keep it nice and homey.
Oh yeah, you definitely do that.
All right. So why don't you tell me a little bit about why you're here today?
Oh, well, I'm 70 years old. I'll start with that. I've had a long life, got some beautiful kids out of it. And, I'm just feeling like I kind of need to make a little bit of healthier choices in terms of like my behavior. I definitely think I need to kind of work out a little bit more. I'm not in the best shape. I've been in better shape, and I just think I kind of want to get back into the zone of getting there and working out.
Yeah. So you said that you wanted to, make healthier choices. Is there
Mhm.
any reason you feel like, you're not making healthy choices?
You know, I'm Italian. I eat a lot. I cook a lot. I love to eat. I love food, and I don't really want to change that, but I think I definitely need to exercise a little bit more. But I guess that's pretty much really why. I have, like I said, I have some beautiful grandchildren. I just want to, you know, be here as long as I can be and be as healthy as I can be in that time.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. How many grandchildren do you have?
I have three
How
for
old are
now.
they?
Well, they're all under the age of 10, so they're nice and they're pretty young still. Yeah,
Oh, that's good. I'm
yeah.
sure you like hanging out with them.
Oh yeah, I get to baby them. It's like having my daughter all over again.
Yeah, except you don't have to be the bad guy.
Right,
Leave that
exactly.
to them.
I'm the good guy. Yep.
Yeah, so you said you want to make healthier choices and you want to exercise more. Um, you did mention that you want to be in better shape and that you want to kind of be around for your grandkids. So
hmm
why don't you tell me a little bit more about, what motivated you to come here today?
All right. Well, I've been kind of struggling a little bit. I feel like I've definitely put on a few pounds recently, and I've noticed, that my joints have been kind of a little bit creaky and giving me a little hard time. And I feel like that might be linked to my lack of exercise.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to get any worse. So it's already kind of affected my ability to kind of play with my grandkids. I can't sit on the floor with them because it takes me 10 minutes to get off the floor. So yeah, so I just want to be able to, kind of be proactive and just kind of combat that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's really frustrating since you want to play with your grandchildren, but you feel like you're getting older, and so you feel like, since you've been less physically active and you've put on a little bit of weight, that it's affecting kind of your joints and how you move and how you feel overall. Does that sound about right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you want to be a little bit more specific about the weight the weight gain that you've experienced? When did it start?
Yeah, well, it kind of started in the past year, and I guess, my husband passed away a year and a half ago. So I think that's probably why it's a little bit, it's kind of spiking. It's because me and him, we used to get out of the house all the time and go for walks, and we would take the grandkids out, with my kids, and we'd have, family days together, in the park or whatever we would do. So I think when he kind of passed, I stopped doing those things, and obviously, I I eat like a mongrel all the time. I love my food. I love chicken cutlets and pasta and meat sauce. So I just think doing that and not getting outside and not kind of incorporating that definitely kind of has been catching up to me a little bit.
Yeah, so ever since your husband passed, I'm sorry to hear that you've
Thank
been
you.
having a hard time getting out there because that's something you guys used to do together. I can
hmm
understand. And you mentioned that, you love to eat. I mean, that's awesome. Do you love to cook?
Oh, yep, yep. I'm the basic Italian grandma, every night. I got salad, I got stromboli, I make little pizzas, I got meatballs, I got pasta, I got everything all the time. So,
Do you cook for your family a lot?
oh yeah, yep, absolutely.
That's awesome. So you have your kids over.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I live with my son and his wife, so they're always around, and then
Oh, that's good.
they've got their two, and then I have my daughter. She lives just down the street, so every Sunday or some night in the weekend they'll come over and we'll have dinner, and they'll bring the kids.
That's really great that you get to spend all that time with your family.
Yeah,
So
I
you
love it. I
mentioned
love
that so you mentioned that you used to be in better shape, and that's when you were walking more. So, what do you hope to get out of this session, and what are you looking for really?
I guess I'm just looking for some advice. I just really, as much as I want to kind of work out, I just really don't like exercise. It just kind of, I think, I'm definitely older, so it's hard for me to do anything in general. I guess it's not hard for me to do anything in general, but it's like, it's getting harder. And so, I just, all the workout videos that I've tried, they get boring, and it makes me sad to see how great a shape these young women are in, and I'm just here all wrinkly.
Oh, well, you look great if you ask me.
Oh, thank you.
So
You're too
you
sweet.
mentioned that, it's getting a little bit harder than it used to be
Yeah,
able to work out and be active, and that's kind of been discouraging, it sounds like.
yep, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you've tried workout videos and you didn't really like them. Is there anything else you've tried in the past?
When I was younger, I was like pretty good at track, so I enjoyed running, stuff like that. But obviously, as I had kids and stuff, I got older. That obviously kind of stopped. But yeah. Aside from those workout videos that I've tried, that's pretty much it. I've tried those those like Weight Watchers and stuff, but the food's gross, and I just like to cook. I like to cook what I like to eat. So.
Especially compared to, your gourmet meals that you've been cooking.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't find Italian cooking in Weight Watchers because I'll tell you that. No matter how hard you
Yeah,
try.
and it's so awesome that that you love to cook and you're able to cook. I think that's amazing.
Well, you'll have to come over sometime. I'll cook you some Italian.
I would love to try it. So you mentioned, you put on some weight and you aren't feeling so great. So would you say, a lot of your motivation to come here today was to lose some weight so that you feel better?
Yeah, definitely. To lose a couple pounds and just to kind of feel better physically. Like I said, just my knees and my joints and stuff are kind of getting a little bit creaky. So I was hoping that maybe exercise could work, but I don't really know if that works
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So you want, do you feel like your gaining weight has been affecting your body? You said your joints aren't feeling as great. Do you feel like that kind of came along with the weight gain?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Actually, I really do feel like that was definitely is linked to how my joints have been reacting. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty important to you that you lose the weight so you can, feel a little bit younger again.
Yeah, absolutely. The quicker I can move around, the better I'll feel. Especially got to keep up with my little kids, my grandkids.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you feel that, you want to lose this weight. How much weight did you gain previously? Are you aware?
Oh, it was probably like 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, so you feel that you think that exercise is the answer. It seems like you love to eat and you love to cook, and you've tried things in the past and you didn't really like the Weight Watchers.
Hmm.
So are you kind of feeling like changing your diet isn't really the answer?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to, because I cook for my whole family and I cook a lot of food in general. So if I had to cook even more food, and then it would be sad, it'd be sad for me if all my kids are getting to enjoy all this beautiful food that I cook for them and I can't even eat it because I'm trying to be skinny. But, that's not going to happen because I'm 70 years old. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I definitely don't really want to mess with what I cook and what I eat as much. So that's kind of why I figured I could just maybe change how I work out and maybe my physical exercise and stuff.
Yeah, so it's really important to you, obviously, that you get to be around your kids and you get to cook for them, and it's more of a social experience than it is about the food. So I can understand how that would be really frustrating, and you don't feel like you want to have to cook something separate for yourself, than you
Right.
do for your kids. And obviously that's sad. Nobody wants to do that. You know, you don't want to be that person.
Right,
But
exactly.
yeah, so tell me a little bit about, when you eat usually. Um, you said you cook a lot, you have a lot big dinners. Um, tell me a little bit about, your portions and I guess the best way that I can put this is a typical dinner. You have a plate about this size. What would that usually look like for you?
Oh gosh, I always have some sort of pasta with sauce. What it's, it's maybe raviolis one night, or it's angel hair. So, and I got the garlic bread, and I always make chicken cutlets and meatballs, or I'll have sausage and stuff, or just meat sauce. So, I guess, you know, definitely half of the plate's probably my pasta for
Mhm.
sure. Um, and I guess the other half is either, the meat, or I do make garlic bread too. So garlic bread is probably on there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So that sounds awesome. You're making me hungry just talking about it.
Oh, that's the goal, honey.
Yeah. So, you mentioned you aren't really comfortable with making loud changes to your diet, but you did come here today, and I'm a dietetic intern. So, how important is it to you that you want to make this change, and how willing are you?
I guess I'm pretty willing to. I think I can make this change. I'm retired. I don't really do much other than cook for my kids, my needy kids. So yeah, so I guess I'm pretty motivated, pretty ready. I got nothing else to do. So
Yeah, but you'd obviously, as you mentioned, you don't want it to be at the cost of hanging out with your kids and
right.
spending time with your family and cooking with them. So that makes
Absolutely.
sense. So
Hmm.
what else do you like to do? Tell me about some of your hobbies or your other activities.
Well, I'm very, Italian. I like to hang out with a lot of people. I got a lot of friends. We live in a pretty nice neighborhood. So, I'll take the kids out for a walk. There's a park right in the middle of our neighborhood. So I'll, take them there, let them do their thing. I'll, talk to whoever's at the park. I usually invite everyone over for dinner sometimes in the neighborhood. And, yeah, so I guess I like to hang out with people. My kids, when they're at work and the grandkids are at school, I kind of just hang out. I like to go, I like to knit. I'm pretty good at crocheting and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, this shirt I made myself. So, I guess, that,
That's
yep.
awesome. That's good. So, you mentioned that you do like to walk around in the park.
Hmm.
And how do you mentioned that your joints don't feel great, but you give yourself some credit. You've been walking around, you've been a little bit physically active just because you're not going crazy at the gym like maybe you used to. And, you know, obviously you don't feel the same as the 20-year-olds on the workout videos, which is understandable. I don't even feel like that so most of the time. So I can definitely relate to that. But you are walking, so and you are being active with the grandkids, so you definitely are getting a little bit of physical activity. I just want to bring it back to, you mentioned you tried Weight Watchers earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. So you said that some of the problems with trying to diet in the past have been that you don't really enjoy the food.
It's just so boring, and it's so limiting,
Yeah. So do you feel like there's any other changes that you can make, you know, to your food how it is, and without having to change it completely?
Maybe, because sometimes after I eat, I'm just super full and I get tired, and then I'll typically just go to bed. So I don't know. You mentioned something about portion sizes. So maybe if I just I know, sometimes I do eat too much, and it kind of, it's like I feel kind of bloated. So maybe just I'll eat less. Maybe I'll have a smaller portion size. I don't know if that'll do anything, but
Yeah. So I mean, it definitely would help. How do you feel about that though? Do you feel like that's a change that you would want to make, or do you feel like you would be a little bit uncomfortable doing that?
it'd definitely be hard for me to, because, I don't know. I guess it'd be kind of hard for me to do that. Yeah.
Why do you
Uh,
think it would be hard?
Um, because food makes me happy, and it's how I express, myself sometimes. So maybe, I don't know. I don't eat because I'm like, I'm sad or anything. I eat because it makes me happy and it makes me feel good. But like I said, I just eat so much sometimes that I feel I'm happy when I'm eating, but afterwards I'm so full and bloated and tired and stuff.
Yeah.
So
So you just, I mean, I totally understand, you're around your family and you just want to make it last and you want to really enjoy that time.
yeah, yes,
Yeah. So did you mention that you live with your family?
yep. I live with my son and his wife and their kids. Their two
Yeah.
kids.
And you all kind of have the same eating habits. It's kind of a part of your culture. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you did mention that you wanted to be in better shape and work out a little more. So
yeah,
you feel like that would be probably more of
yeah.
the route
I
that you
don't.
want to take.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't need to change much about what I eat or how much I eat, but I can kind of maybe counteract it, I guess, in a sense by working out more.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You just don't, you don't enjoy a lot of certain type of exercises. Also, you just, it's hard for you sometimes, as you said earlier.
Right. Yeah. My physical, just self.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely can understand that. And, I don't want you to think that you just have to jump into some crazy workout routine and really, you feel like you're going to hurt yourself. I've been there before, but,
Mhm.
taking it slow. And you did say you walk. How often do you usually walk?
I'll take the kids when they get out of school. They'll try to, they'll get, ask me to go to the park. So I'll take them to the park like every, maybe like 2 to 4 days a week, depending on the weather and stuff.
Yeah. And what do you usually do at the park?
Well, they'll just do their thing, and I'll probably just, sit there. But the park is like it's like a 15-minute walk down there. It's like, it's in the same neighborhood, but it's like in the center of the neighborhood. So we kind of have to we
So
walk
you
there,
walk.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. So you're walking to the park and back.
exactly. Yeah,
Oh, that's nice that it's so close. That's
yeah,
convenient.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It's a
so
beautiful neighborhood.
I mean that's still definitely physical activity. Definitely don't count that out and, you know, think that you're not doing anything. That's about 30 minutes, 2 to 4 days a week. That's a good start. That's really good.
Okay.
So, you know, you mentioned that you're having trouble because you don't really like exercising.
Hmm.
And you've tried other things in the past, but you do like to walk. Would you maybe just want to do that more often? How do you feel about that?
I definitely think I could, especially because during the day I'll just, I'll clean the house or whatever, do laundry, but after that I just kind of sit around on my butt until the kids get home. So, yeah, I got definitely plenty of time to do it. So,
Yeah, so it's not so much the time that's the issue. It's more just, what
getting
other
myself up.
factors do you feel are kind of, you said you have the time, so what do you think is kind of limiting you and stopping you from, being more physically active?
I mean, I guess, like it's kind of boring to go, go for a walk by myself. So I guess maybe that I just don't really feel if I had someone, like my husband would always go for walks with me. If I just had someone to kind of do that with, I think it'd be, that's why I always go with my grandkids when they come back from school. So I think, just having someone there with me
Yeah.
would be better. Yeah.
So you go with your grandkids, but you're not really motivated to go on a walk by yourself, and especially since it's something you used to do with your husband. Do you have any
Yeah.
friends that live close by in the neighborhood?
Oh yeah, I got tons of friends in the neighborhood. Oh yeah.
Do any of them, what do they do during the day?
Well, some of them are older, some of them are younger, like my kids. Obviously there's other kids in the neighborhood that my grandkids hang out with. But yeah, I got a few friends, around my age. But I don't really know what they're doing on an everyday basis. So I don't want to just assume that, they're doing nothing and ask them to go for a walk with me. And then, they say I'm busy and I'm not busy. So I get embarrassed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can understand. So you just feel kind of uncomfortable. Well, maybe you could just bring it up and, just put out some feelers and ask around and see if anyone would be interested. And maybe, you don't decide you want to come on a walk with me right now. You could always just say, I'm trying to walk more if anyone wants to join me, and we can start to feel younger together.
Mhm. All
You
right.
have to just kind of be a salesman for the
Yeah,
healthy lifestyle.
I guess I could try.
Yeah. So, besides that, walking, besides walking, sorry, cutting out. So besides walking you and playing with your grandkids, you said you like to knit.
Hmm. Yep,
That's
I
nice.
do.
All right. So, you know, so it seems like you aren't ready just yet to, make any drastic changes to your diet, which is understandable. I mean, it's obviously a huge part of your social life and, like you said, your happiness and your culture.
Hmm.
So for next session, I definitely would like to get a little bit more into that. And, you know, I would definitely like to talk about that a little bit more. But for now, I think it's a really good start to just work on your physical activity. And you
Okay.
mentioned that, that's the comfortable place for you to start. It's a lot more comfortable than, going right in and changing your diet.
Yep.
So, you mentioned that you walk for 30 minutes, 2 to 4 days a week.
Hmm.
How would you feel comfortable maybe increasing that?
I mean, I guess I could make it more consistent, because it's like 2 to 4 days a week. So maybe if I was to go, I would make it maybe like 3 times every week consistently.
Yeah, so just kind of making it a routine. Do you feel that would be helpful for you?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Do you like to, have a schedule and
Yeah, yeah. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I could definitely get out there and do that with the kids. But if the weather's bad, I can probably just switch it around. There's 7 days in the week, so I feel like I got plenty of wiggle room with that.
yeah. So you said that you usually wait for the kids to get home from school and then, I know that you said you like to cook dinner a lot. So do
Hmm.
you think that will interfere at all?
Yeah, I guess sometimes it would. We usually have like an early dinner because, I start cooking, around like 3 or 4-ish, and then dinner's usually ready by, 5 or 6. We finish eating maybe around 7, but I guess the sun, depending on the time of year and how it sets, it does probably get a little bit darker than usual. But the kids get home around like 3:30. So maybe I could start cooking a little bit later after we get back from our walk or something.
Yeah. So I think that's a really great goal. And I think that you have a really good idea about what works for you. You've tried a lot of stuff in the past. So I think that you are, the best person to, come up with your goals and kind of figure out what works for you. So I think that that's a great place to start is, 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you said for 30 minutes usually, you go to like the park and back.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I think that that's a really good goal to say 30 minutes a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And, you know, I definitely think that we had a really good session today, and I got to know a lot about you and what's really important to you. You mentioned that, it is really important that, you want to notice a weight loss so that you can feel better, your joints improve, and which is definitely is going to make a difference. Not only losing the weight, but also just being physically active is going to really, get your other muscles working and get your body moving, which is definitely going to make a difference. And I think you should, be conscious about that. And like you mentioned, you already seem to be a pretty good judge of how you feel based on, you mentioned that when you gained a little weight, your joints started hurting. So you seem to be really in tune with your own body and how you feel. So just like keep being conscious just like that and, make note of any changes that you feel. And
Okay.
then next session, we can see how things are going and we can either work on adjusting your physical activity goals or, we can dive into a little bit of your diet. But for right now, I think that this is a really good start. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good about it. I've already, been doing it like you said. I've been getting out there and working out, whether I believe I am or not. So I think I probably, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling ready to do it.
Yeah. So you're feeling pretty motivated?
Yeah. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated would you say you are?
I would say probably like a 7 or 8.
Yeah. Is there anything that, is making you a little bit hesitant?
I'm trying to think about how I'll plan out when I'll go. And, obviously if the kids don't want to go to the park, maybe I could just get my kids involved and have them kind of convince the grandkids to kind of come out, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, or
Um,
maybe, you can ask around. Like I said, you can ask around and see if anyone else wants to go on a walk. You never know. Maybe there's one of your friends is just like you and wants to be a little bit more physically active, but they're lonely and they're looking for a partner. So
that's true.
yeah, I would say definitely ask around. You never know. I'm sure that more people could use the company
Yeah,
than you'd
you're
think.
probably right. Yeah.
And you said you love to be around people, so that might even be more of a motivation.
All right. I guess I could try that.
Yeah, so ask around and then let me know next time we meet.
All
So
right.
so how's in 2 weeks is our next meeting.
Okay.
Do
That
you have
sounds
any
good to me.
questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for coming and telling me all about your family and your life.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful to meet you, Amy.
Yes, you too. Bye bye. Drive safe.